Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for today's live stream of Leveraging Generative AI for Policy Research, sponsored by Optimal Solutions Group. Please note that today's 30-minute meeting will be recorded. You may activate captioning on the lower right hand of your LinkedIn user interface. I'd like to start by saying that ChatGPT has been proven to be helpful to our innovative small business. It assists our staff members individually, which helps the company as a whole. And it helps us to add value to our clients through improved products, thought leadership, and increased efficiency. I'll introduce our presenters. First, we have Dr. Mark Turner, who has worked on and led projects in evaluation, predictive analytics, AI, machine learning, software development at national and international levels. Say hello, Mark.
Hi, everyone. I'm excited to be here today and to see everyone here. I think we'll find today's topics and our breakthrough discoveries to date to be enlightening.
Thank you. And we have Sadaf Asrar, our data science director, who's worked with our education, economic development, international projects for the last 10 years.
Thank you, Tracy, for getting us all together to get the word out on the cutting edge work we're doing.
Sadaf, my pleasure. I've worked with transformational technologies and with researchers, and I think today's talk will be illuminating. And thanks to Optimal's teams, you'll see there on the slides, and a special thank you to Jasmine in the communications department.
So Optimal has been using data analytics methods and tools, including AI, to conduct policy research for more than a decade. So this is really just a natural progression as we strive to enable policymakers and the general public to make evidence-based decisions by lowering the barriers and costs to accessing valid, reliable, consumable, and actionable information. We see generative AI as a tool to address numerous challenges in the policy research industry. So instead of continuing to drive by looking in the rearview mirror, we are increasingly using data analytics and now generative AI to enable 360-degree views, including looking forward, as we empower policymakers and the public in making informed decisions.
All right, I'll go over today's presentation, a quick agenda here. Mark's gone over generative AI. We'll talk about how it can be used in the research lifecycle with a focus on data tables. And then we will end with a quick overview of the entire research cycle and use cases and some helpful AI tools. At this time, I'd like to say this is a gentle reminder to put your comments or thoughts in the comments on LinkedIn that we can respond to at the Q&A later on in the session. And Mark, I'm just curious, why did we start with data tables?
Sure. Data. Well, data and data tables are the foundation for research reports. With generative AI, it may be possible to now easily query reports as well as data tables to obtain concise syntheses that are both valid and reliable. We believe that there's a latent demand for policy research products embodied in both reports and data tables, and generative AI can be used to lower the barriers to access.
All right, thank you. Well, we have an exciting agenda. As we all know, ChatGPT is quickly evolving. Although OpenAI released their first products in 2018, they released ChatGPT just 6 months ago and GPT-4 this past March. There are other generative AIs. For instance, Google bought DeepMind about 9 years ago and have since produced Lambda, Palm, and most recently Bard. Though this all seems recent, neural network research goes back decades. Currently, all of us can access ChatGPT-4 on Microsoft Bing or on their OpenAI paid subscription. There is a waiting list for GPT's 4 API. See your LinkedIn comments in order to view the links to sign up for these different tools. In the next 25 minutes, we will be discussing the risks and rewards of using generative AI in policy research and program evaluation life cycles. This discussion can go on for hours, and so we will use LinkedIn's comments to drop relevant information, but today's focus will be on the use of data tables. We all want responsible, ethical, accountable, and transparent AI. Today's use cases will provide one way to achieve this. We'll also insert in the chat the MIT Sloan Management Reviews. They have a panel and they've defined what responsible AI is, and they say it's a framework with principles, policies, tools, and processes to ensure that AI systems are developed and operated in the service of good for individuals and society while still achieving transformative business impact. Just last week, tech leaders convened at the White House, and legislation is forthcoming, but the consensus is that generative AI is part of multiple emerging technologies, and a framework will be developed over time to monitor the risk while allowing the beneficial innovations to be unimpeded. Some of the current and proposed legislation and guidance around some of the risks can be found in your comments, LinkedIn comments. So please feel free to use those as a resource. Mark, what is a generative pre-trained transformer?
Sure. So generative AI is a type of artificial intelligence which relies on large language models, or LLMs, using deep learning with neural networks that use trillions of parameters that can create content like audio, code, images, and video. The transformational models are trained by internet content, chat users, and license agreements. Generative AI has the potential to we believe that it really does have the potential to revolutionize many industries, including scientific research, advertising, entertainment, as well as our children's education. As you might imagine, generative AI has also raised many ethical and social questions and challenges. So today, we will drill down into a particular use case that may be very important to federal statistical agencies, as they are challenged with meeting users' needs that are outlined in the National Academy's Principles and Practices for Federal Statistical Agencies.